Welcome back to the channel, and today I've got another five times theme parks featured in TV and film. Majority of these, I've been looking for theme parks that starred as a pseudo park or something else. Like you'll see, not portraying themselves, e.g. the park's not named itself, it's playing another fictitious park. So let's take a look. Number 5. Now, if you're in the UK especially, you'll remember this. I think it was around 2007. This is Primeval, a sort of sci-fi show where they track down beasts from the prehistoric time that were roaming in our world, essentially. And then, for some reason, I think it was Joe Hanna from S Club 7 was in it, and that was a big thing. But there's one episode, especially with Thorpe Park, taking centre stage, playing Blue Sky Park. Bit of trivia, it was called Freedom Park in the novelisation of this episode. Blue Sky Park, where we get a Smilodon, which is technically just looks like a saber-toothed tiger, is running loose in Blue Sky Park. But it's so great to see bits of Thorpe Park, seeing this monster going about, and there's some funny bits where one of the entertainers in the park is dressed like a lion and he accidentally gets shot.
You shot me! You shot me, look!
It's quite fun. Always remember, I'm not a big fan of Primeval, but I always remember there was that one episode where they were at Thorpe Park. As I say, it's quite fun to see these bits you recognise. It's interesting to see the names they give things instead. If they want it to be in their own lore and their own world, so it's here at Thorpe Park is not Thorpe Park, even though we know it is. I think it was better than Doctor Who. Don't ever go at me for that, but yeah, it was alright.
Well, if West is acting, he deserves an Oscar. He's got no idea what we're talking about.
Number 4, Nativity 3, Dude, Where's My Donkey? Starring Martin Clunes playing a rather clueless Jeremy Shepherd as he loses his memory, but there is one Christmas scene in the film where they go to Drayton Manor, but it's all been rigged up so the trains don't have faces on, but we've got Knapford Station with all the Christmas stuff. It's quite nice. There's quite a little nod to another theme park that's in a film. Number 3, next we're on to one of my favourite films. Great comedy, National Lampoon. Most people remember National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Originally we had the European, and before that we had the National Lampoon's Vacation. This was on our pilgrimage to Wally World, which in fact was Six Flags Magic Mountain in California. And at the end of the film, we see it parody Disney with the big gates. We see them riding the roller coasters with John Candy at gunpoint. Great film. Six Flags Magic Mountain is the park that was used in this film, and it's great to see. Great little film. This was always going to make the list.
Has your father ever killed anyone before?
Oh, just a dog. Oh, and my Aunt Edna.
Hey, you can't prove that, Rusty.
Number 2, next we have one film which, when you think of theme parks, especially in films, you've got to think of this from the 80s and 90s era. It's Beverly Hills Cop 3. One film I don't think we would have done anywhere near as well if it wasn't set in a theme park, if it wasn't parodying Disney. We even had the utilidors underneath. I'm guessing the park in real life has these, because I've only ever known Disneyland for having the utilidors, but this was actually filmed at Paramount's Great America, which is now known as California's Great America, in Santa Clara, California. Great parody of Disney. I love the stunts in this film as well. I think it's a really good, really fun film. I'd recommend it. But as I say, the theme park makes it, and also has one of my favourite actors in it, Judge Reinhold. He always gets a shout out every year when I watch the Santa Claus films, so I'd recommend that. But this is a great film. Most people watching this video knew this was going to make the list, definitely. But when it comes to films, when it comes to Beverly Hills Cop, this is the best one for me. Well, for obvious reasons, I'm biased. But what did you think? Did you watch this film? Did you like it? Now we're on to number 1. This one is special, very special.
It's come true, it's a happy
Number 1. This next one is Smokey and the Bandit 2, a film in which they destroyed a roller coaster that was due to be demolished for being unsafe. This is the old Greyhound coaster that was at Lakewood Fairgrounds, and they actually destroyed it in the scene. One take, I think. Well, goes without saying it had to be one take, but the wooden coaster, they destroyed it. So if you got sad about the ultimate going, then don't watch this by any means. They tear it down in the scene in Smokey and the Bandit 2. Unfortunately, I don't think as many people saw this film as the first one, and I know a lot of people didn't see the third one, but this is making number 1 just because they tore down a wooden coaster.
Hey, I'm gonna love amusement park.
You are an amusement park.
Yeah.
Basically, we've taken and used a lot of chainsaw and cut the roller coaster like you would slice a loaf of bread in about 16 different places. We're using a small Class C explosive called Primacord. It's a 100-grain Primacord, and we're doubling it over and putting it in the hole with an electric blasting cap. We've drilled right at 900 holes, be equal to about 20 sticks of dynamite, 1.25 inch by 8-inch sticks of dynamite. So we're really not talking about great volume. 20 sticks of dynamite is not all that much explosive.
So Bert and Sally, with a camera stuck in the window, took one rehearsal ride and
got the shot. Spectators lined the hills, and the area around the coaster was cleared. An aerial camera, one of 5, focused on the doomed coaster, and it was time.
3, 2, 1.
It was deemed unsafe. It wasn't just them paying to tear down something that was beloved by people in the area. But this is amazing. I recommend watching the film just for this bit. Jackie Gleason, he's just great. One-liners all over the place.
Make a left turn, Daddy. Make a right turn, Daddy. We're being the clear.
Burt Reynolds and Sally Field are alright, but Jackie Gleason steals the limelight in these films every time. But if you want to see a wooden coaster in the 80s, I'm sure it was the 80s, getting pulled down, getting crashed through in a car chase and falling down, then watch that. But by all means, if I've missed any, I've missed a load, then tell me if you want to see more of these. I'll do 5 more. There's a lot more I could do. I remember the Smoking the Bandit thing, but I was intrigued by if that was a set or a real coaster. Turns out it was a real coaster that they dragged down, the Greyhound coaster at Lakewood Fairgrounds, as I've said. But that is a lot of fun, so I'll see you in the next one. But if you want to see another top 5, check here for 5 things I told you about Flamingoland that they just won't tell you. Things that you need to know before you go next. But until the next one, I'll see you in the rear view, because for now, I'm gone.